The marketplace seems about right.
Even though this business tends to be seen as declining, it may be declining in breeding numbers, but we're having difficulty, of course, on both sides of the Tasman, filling fields. So therefore, the demand for the stock will be in place.
Australia is still booming in the right places.
There's always a market to sell to Australia, always. Now, if the horse is not good enough, you can still sell it, and that's never going to change.
One fly in the ointment might be the Aussie dollar weakening against the Kiwi, but it didn't have an overwhelming effect on the thoroughbred sales. And according to Peter Lagan of Pine Gulf Guinness, there's enough Aussie interest again this year in the standard bred sale of the stars.
I know a fellow over there in Perth, Greg Bond, he's a great man that buys them going along. He thinks he'll come this year and buy 3 or 4 and leave them here, and race them here this year.
Last year, Karaka was hit and miss. The top end sold well, but the middle to low was sobering for sellers, to say the least. However, at Christchurch's Premier Day, everyone wanted to buy a reasonable horse at reasonable prices, with even an Aussie or two willing to pay overs.
When he walks, he's like dancing, right? And he's really light on his feet. That will really attract me.
The last day was as forgettable as predicted for all but literally a couple of vendors, some taking a bath for the 3rd or 4th year running. There aren't many of them back this year. An overdue correction, many argue.
The numbers are back a bit. Of course, you haven't got 3 days now in Christchurch, and people say, it's less numbers, but at the end of the day, those less numbers were the bottom end. Now, it doesn't say I'm not going to breed a good horse, but there's no money in those horses for the breeder or for the auctioneering company.
The sales of the stars should at least hold up to 2013 numbers on the whole, most agree.
I'd see the sales maintaining their current course, which is that $25,000 average price. And I see no reason for it to change, simply because there's a shortage of racehorses.
Some reward then for those who've stuck it out through a couple of testing years. You must be looking forward to balancing the books then this year.
Well, we try to balance the books every year, and it's not a simple task. I know I'm seen as being set on Bloodstock as being reasonably successful in that field, but the reality is it's a very difficult game to balance the books in.
Well, time's up for now, but tell us more for next time, Brian, please.
I can tell you now, I would not encourage my children to come and do what I do. It's too damn hard and too risky. It's too hard to make money.